What is the angel with wheels going this way and lights all over the place in Ezekiel? So if you're referring to the heavenly throne starting in chapter 1, it's supported by wheels and cherubim, angels, demonstrating God's control over Israel, and it's on the backdrop of their captivity in Babylon. So even though they're captive in Babylon, God is still in control and still their God, still their leader, and is still looking after them. And the light is the visible expression of God's glory and power and goodness, and it's common invisible descriptions of God or his throne to have this type of a description showed. So that's kind of a general overview of what the wheels are, and the lights is focused on God on his throne and demonstrating his glory and his power. But beyond that, it would be, I guess, more contextual into the passage. So I don't know if there was a follow-up question beyond those basic imagery identifications.
No, there's no follow-up. It was one of those questions that people that are into UFO sightings and trying to look for aliens in outer space are always referencing that particular passage. That the way it's described, if you were to draw it out, it could pass for some kind of UFO.
Yes, yeah. So it's definitely not aliens, but there's probably two relevant connections to that. One being, since God created the whole universe, including the heavenly bodies, you would expect for certain things to reflect like a theme of design. So things that we'd normally see in the cosmos could be similar to things that we'd see around God's throne or something. So even if it wasn't an actual alien, but just some sort of comet or something that looked somewhat, or could look somewhat, the descriptions could be somewhat similar to something we'd see in Scripture, that would totally make sense, because God's the one creating the cosmos and painting the picture of what his throne looks like to Ezekiel. So that would make sense. And then also, if there's anything real in like visions of aliens, like people seeing aliens and spaceships and things, the thing that I would first turn to would be some sort of a deception or appearance of a demon, probably, and to try to trick people into being afraid or into some side beliefs. And so you could see a spiritual being displaying similar characteristics than what we would read about other spiritual beings in Scripture as well. So making that connection like totally makes sense. But this isn't aliens. This is God's throne, and certainly it would be far more glamorous and awestruck seeing God's throne than aliens.
What scripture was that describes God's throne?
This was Ezekiel chapter 1.
Okay.
There's other descriptions as well throughout Scripture, but this one is a specific depiction of God's throne and cherubim angels surrounding it.